Hello and welcome to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney theme parks podcast. And this is show number 257 for Sunday the 21st of April 2019.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to the Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young and together with my good friend Jane Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Well, I've not really said that for a while because we've not been together for a while, but she's here. In person.
Hello.
I have the Janester. Hello, my lovely.
Hello, darling. How are we doing? Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. And as I'm recording this, I won't be at home eating Easter eggs. Oh, no. I'll be at a wonderful army barracks and on day 2 of my course. So, yay.
You're not camping this time, though, are you?
I have got a camping element to it, but there'll be no tent. I've got to sleep under the stars.
Thank goodness our bank holiday weather weekend for a change is nice.
Fingers crossed. How are you doing, my lovely?
Yeah, I'm not doing too badly at all, thank you, darling. Getting there, as we say.
Good. We've had quite a few people sending messages in, wishing you a speedy recovery.
Thank you. I am now up and mobile and getting myself around. I am a little bit sore and delicate in places. I won't go into which places. And I'm doing as I'm told, which is a little bit unusual for me. I'm told to, take it easy. And no, you can't drive. I'll drive for you, which is very bizarre. So, but I'm doing as I'm told for a change.
Yay, all for getting Jane to do as she's supposed to.
It doesn't happen very often. Just revel in the moment.
Absolutely. So, well, let's do a Disney show, shall we?
Oh, go on then. Why not?
And on our last show, number 256, I spoke with Deborah Wolfe about the hard ticket events, and Deborah shared details about the Toy Story Land one. And I just thought, well, we mentioned that, and then we got a question from a listener, Jess Huntington, about hard ticket events. So I just thought we could spend a couple of minutes just having a quick look at what's available and what our thoughts are.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We've got the Disney Villains After Hours event, which is starting shortly. That's $139.
Ouch.
To be fair, unless you're a massive Disney Villains fan, there's nothing that's drawing me in for this one because there's no special parade, there's no special giveaways. It's just your standard after-hours event with some characters which are not going to have set-up meets. They're going to do a performance. I'm not grabbed by that one.
No, I'd rather go to the Halloween party. Make an event, a bigger event sort of thing for that sort of money.
True, and this is a lot more than the Halloween event.
A lot more, yeah.
On the other hand, the lovely Liz Reed said, yeah, I'm up for it because I'm a Disney Villains girl. So I suppose it's down to what you particularly want and what your Disney fandom says this is important.
Well, that's always going to be the case, isn't it? If you've got a particular thing about a set of characters or a land or a park or whatever, if it ticks the box for you, then you're going to do it, aren't you? But if you're a bit generic, then you got to look at the price point and ask whether it's good value for money for you personally.
Yeah. If you are planning on going, let us know. Please report back for us. We'd love to hear about it. Now, there's also Disney After Hours at the Magic Kingdom, slightly cheaper at $125. At the moment on the webpage, they're advertising dates up to the end of May.
Okay.
I've done this event and I thought it was very good. You got an extra 3 hours in the Magic Kingdom exclusively for the hard ticket event people. And we were able to hit off quite a lot of Magic Kingdom attractions and to do some damage with some snackage as well. If you have an annual pass, it is a lot cheaper, or DVC membership. And I think that is a big saving because it brings it under the $100 mark. For me, if you've not got a park ticket entry for the day, that's a good way of hitting off a lot of the Magic Kingdom. Yeah,
that's exactly what I was going to say, Michelle. It depends on what length of time you've got in Disney, doesn't it? And if you haven't got tickets for all days that you're there, this is an easy way to get in and sort it.
Absolutely. You can also do Hollywood Studios After Dark. This date's on the website till the end of June. That's $125. For me, that's not really crying value because I wouldn't struggle with any of the DHS attractions to get on during a normal operating day.
Yeah, I think this is the thing, isn't it? Again, it's looking at what actually is there and is it going to work? Are you going to get extra value for what you're paying out?
And again, this is available at Animal Kingdom. Same thing. if you want to hit off and get quite a few rides over there in Pandora, this might be suitable for you. For me, no.
No. Yeah. Again, it's kind of saying the same old, isn't it?
And if you want in extra hours after the park's closed so that the lines aren't as big, etc., you could just have a little look on the old Disney Park calendar, because there are select dates that they've just advertised where the Magic Kingdom is open till 12 a.m.
Yeah, so take advantage of that, paying it out.
Well, that's my point. There are a lot more nights where it's available till 11 p.m, but 12 midnight, you've got the May the 18th, June the 1st. So I would always be going with the dates that are free and saving that money for something else you might want to buy yourself while you're there.
To say, watch the pennies, spend accordingly.
Yeah. There's 2 early morning events. There's the Fantasyland one in the Magic Kingdom and the Hollywood Studio Toy Story Land Early Morning Magic. Both of these come with a breakfast and they retail out at $79.
Yeah, they're not too bad, are they? Although there is a certain element of me, I'm not really a morning girl. So could somebody pay me to get up to go to one of these events?
Yeah, because you really do have to be rising by about 7 a.m, actually at the park for 7 a.m, so you're looking at about 5:30, 6 o'clock start.
You see, I'm on vacation. Vacation to me says taking it easy. Getting up at that time of the morning says work. You know what I mean?
And I suppose now, if you utilise the FastPass Plus system really well, you can get your 3 much anticipated rides in booked with that, and you don't have to get to the park at opening. But there's also the option of using early morning magic as well, perhaps, or just getting there as the park opens and getting those big hitters done. It's down to, I suppose, you planning out your touring strategy. I
think that's it, isn't it? Because I think I tend to look at these things with my hat on, where, you know, we tend to go out as Brits for a couple of weeks at a time. Whereas if you're, you know, a US resident and you're only out there for a short period of time, trying to get everything in and over a few days, it might be another way to do that sort of thing, isn't it?
Absolutely. Be interesting to see what our listeners think about this. Please let us know. Get in touch with us. Usual way, there's the Disney Dream Girls podcast family, which you can all join up to. Just send us a little note and we'll add you. Or there's our normal podcast page on Facebook, our website. You can even go email info@disneydreamgirls.com. We'd really love to know what your viewpoints are. So, Jess, I suppose really our answer's going to be, well, depends how deep your pockets are, how long your trip is. For me, I wouldn't do an early morning event because, especially with the Toy Story one, you're only really getting access to the Toy Story 3 attractions. If it was across the whole of Hollywood Studios, so I could maybe get Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror in, that would work for me. But $79 is quite steep if there's a family particularly going. Yeah,
it's a peculiar one, isn't it? Because you're getting a little bit of a perk, but you've got to multiply it up by how many's in your party and then decide if it's something that you really want to do. I must admit, Magic Kingdom after hours would be tempting for me, but again, I don't know. I would look at my itinerary and see whether or not it's worth actually shelling out extra if I'm going to be able to squeeze everything in elsewhere.
And just as a quick reminder, the early morning magic, you do have to have theme park admission for the parks that you're going into, whereas the after hour events, you can get into the park, I think it's from 7 o'clock. So you are actually getting a little bit of extra. So if you've not got a theme park ticket for that day, I think those really can ka-ching in the value for you.
Yeah, I agree, Shell.
Well, let's hop over to Disneyland in the beautiful California sunny place of Anaheim. And our lovely friend Wendy Cooper was there at the weekend, and she says, "Oh my word, Michelle, there's walls everywhere. The castle has still got that scrim round it. There's construction going everywhere." She was getting quite frustrated about that. But it also led me to find out that from May 17th all the way through August, cast members are not going to be able to get into Disneyland on their days off like they normally would be able to. There are select days they can get into DCA, but it just sort of leaves a bad taste in my mouth that these cast members are working so hard for us, the guests, to have the best optimum experience, but then they can't get in on their off days and take use of this benefit that they have.
Yeah, I suppose it's a tricky one because I'm guessing a lot of this, including the walls up as well, has all got to do with Galaxy's Edge opening at the end of May. I must admit, I did see some video the other day, and both Simon and I passed a comment, is everything getting tarted up so that when Galaxy's Edge is open to the public, everybody's walking into a pristine park because they know that the footfall is going to be so stupidly high. And it makes you wonder, is this just another way of cutting down on crowds? I don't know. I suppose the other argument is that cast members do get this perk the rest of the year round, so therefore, all right, they've got a period of a couple of months that they can't do it. You're getting you work there, which a lot of people would kill for anyway, and you've got it the remaining months of the year. So I don't know, but I'm guessing a lot of it is to do with that old Galaxy's Edge opening up.
It'd be interesting to find out how many actual days a Disneyland cast member can physically get into the parks then over a year. And I bet you it's going to be a lot less than half because they'll get blocked out over Christmas anyway.
Yeah, you would imagine they'd get treated a bit like on the lower level pass holders, won't they, sort of thing, I would have thought. Interesting to find out. If anybody knows, let us know.
Absolutely. While we're still over in Disneyland, our good friend, the wonderful Joseph Compton, was there last weekend for Dapper Weekend. Oh my word, Joseph, you look so amazing in your pictures. Very dapper indeed. And it was great to see all those pictures of people in their outfits, etc.
Oh, yeah, amazing.
He did a bit of research and reported back for me about the chocolate-covered peanut butter churro.
Ooh, okay. And?
He said it was incredibly tasty. Well worth the $6.25. So
nice.
Rush, go get it. It's there for a few more weeks, but not much longer, because Food and Wine finishes on the 23rd of April.
Crikey, that seems to come round quick.
It has indeed. It's flown by, but luckily our good friends Kat and Lewis will be there, and they will be partaking on the last couple of days.
Lucky people, them.
Wish I was there. It's actually come up on my timeline that a few years ago, this was actually the time I went on my first trip to Disneyland. And
wow.
I'm like, oh my word, I went to the Walt Disney Family Museum, I went to Disneyland, I got to meet Tommy Allison for the first time, and Lena, and it was great. I love Easter at the Disneyland Resort because you're able to go and meet all the Disney rabbits. Or they did have all the rabbits out when I went, but I do know you can meet the Easter Bunny himself, which is amazing. He's so cute. And there's the Easter egg hunt that you can do as well, which is fun.
Yeah, nothing wrong with an Easter egg hunt. Nothing to look like, not like about that.
And the weather is phenomenal at this time of year. It is really good.
Yeah, not too hot.
Absolutely. And as I mentioned, Kat and Lewis, if you go back to show 253, you'll be able to hear some of the challenges we've set them on their Whopper Disneyland, Walt Disney World, Disney Cruise Line trip.
We're not jealous of them at all, are we, Shell?
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
And the fact that they were able to move their hotel from Paradise Pier to, I think it was the Disneyland Hotel, not jealous at all.
No, we're not talking to them, obviously, but, we're not jealous.
No, absolutely not. Talking of food, as we quite frequently do.
We do, yes.
Yeah. Shanghai has just had its first food and wine event.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's seeming to me that the food and wine game has definitely been upped in Walt Disney World and Disneyland. Great to see it happening in Shanghai. They do a smaller scale event in Disneyland Paris. I'd love to see it as monumentally amazing as it is in the American parks.
Well, it's one of these things that, for some reason, I'm not quite sure why, but Disney and food do seem to go hand in hand, and it would be nice to think that DLP could up their game a little bit. They are seeming to have a few more things happening than they have had of recent years, so it's nice to see.
And as Liz has talked to us about quite frequently, the food game at DLP is definitely on the up. More themed food. Some of it is actually quite palatable as well. I'm sorry, I've got to mention Wookiee cookie and the horrific other cookie, the Yoda cookie.
Oh, yeah.
But hey-ho, it's just with it being all frozen and whatever and it not being fresh, it just did not hit.
Yeah,
anyway,
no.
Moving on to Walt Disney World, and us who visit from the UK get those fantastic ticket offers that include the photo pass. And
Yes.
what better way to really get value from your photopass is to use all the magic shots, and you can have a little chat with the photographer and say, oh, do you do any magic shots? And they can impose a Disney character or some balloons or something. Well, there's a link going around from the Disney Parks blog where you can find out the latest and the coolest. I've put that in our website, disneydreamgirls.com, where you can go and have a little look. But oh my word, there's a cute one with Pascal and he sits on your head. It's so cute.
But how can you not like the Stitch?
Do you know, I knew you was going to say the Stitch one.
Oh, he's just adorable.
But he's having an ice cream, so it'd be really cool if you've got an ice cream and you all sit next to Stitch with the ice cream.
Well, I suppose that's the beauty, isn't it? If you know what they are and you can plan in your pose to coincide with, if you're a bit clever, like, talk to the nice cast members. I'm sure they'll do something, specific with you. That would be get some cool photos.
Absolutely. Just bear in mind when I'm there in July, the ice cream will have melted by the time I've waited for the picture.
Well, you could stand there with a stick in your hand or something, couldn't you?
I know, blame Stitch for eating my ice cream.
There you go.
So yeah, DisneyDreamGirls.com, go and have a little look over there. Also on the webpage, we've also put the link to the live cast of Illuminations. Now, we don't fare very well with these live casts due to something called time zones. I missed it, I must admit, and when I was compiling today's show, I just sort of thought, do you know what, I'm going to watch it, and it brought back all the feels. I love that show, and I'm feeling very blessed that I've got the opportunity to be able to see it several hundred times before.
You will do, won't you? Yeah, cool.
It goes away because we've now had the official bye-bye date as well.
Yes, yeah, like a little temporary one. I'm kind of, I'm actually a little bit excited to see what they're going to do. And obviously, it's only like a bit of an infill, isn't it? But even so, I'm intrigued by these kites that they're going to be having in there. So yeah. Looking forward to seeing some of that. Very
intriguing. Now, one thing I love to do is to make a little bit of money to sort of, pay for Disney trips. And I was reading on CNN the other day that the shares for Disney have gone through the roof a little bit. Anyway, not completely through the roof, but they've gone up since they announced the whole Disney Plus experience.
Yes.
Now, we obviously, being Brits, are going to be last on the list to get this. $6.99 they're being charged for it in the USA. I'm guessing it'll be a similar price, but in pounds in the UK.
I would have thought so, yeah.
Will you be getting it?
Very tempted, I have to say. We don't watch standard TV, terrestrial TV, whatever you want to call it now. We literally watch Netflix, we watch Amazon Prime, we watch YouTube, any streaming platform. That's where we get our TV dose from. So because we know there's going to be quite a lot of Star Wars on there and the new Mandalorian, etc., it's kind of going to be very much a done deal. I must admit, Molly is really keen to find out what shows that they're going to be putting on there from the past, because she's got a big soft spot for all the Disney Channel shows that she grew up with, not the kiddie ones, the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and all those type of ones, Wizards of Waverly Place and stuff. So she's got a bit of nostalgia for those, and she does kind of like to dip back into those and watch them again, which she can't do at the moment. So she's quite hopeful that they'll have that back catalogue, the box sets of old Disney shows that she can watch. So I've got a sneaky feeling that as whenever it comes out, it will be a purchase in the Phipps household, if only for the Star Wars element.
Well, we shall wait and see what the price and the old ka-ching comes through for us in the UK. It's rumoured to be by the end of 2019.
Fingers crossed.
As I was saying about this stock, if we go back to April 15th, 2009, and we paid $1,000 to buy some Disney stock, that stock today would be worth $7,600.
Wow, that's better than putting in a bank account, isn't it?
Absolutely. So, sometimes you sort of look at these figures and think, I wish I had.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah.
Janie, you've been pondering a little trip.
I have, yes. I have started. I haven't got anything booked yet, I will just say. But yes, I think I spent a whole day the other week or a few days ago actually, looking at the different combinations of travel and hotels and tickets and timings and dates for a little trip to Disneyland Paris. So what I can say is we're definitely going to be going at some point, possibly. I think the dates that's coming out the best for us at the moment are looking towards early August. Ooh. So I think it'd be a case of whilst you're in sunny Florida, I shall be in, fingers crossed, sunny Disneyland Paris.
That's exciting stuff. Where would you be planning on staying? Have you got that cracked yet?
I think the best option at the moment is going to be the Cheyenne.
Ooh.
So I'm kind of like, the very first few times that we ever went to Disneyland Paris, and I'm going back now to around about, trying to think how old Ethan would have been. So probably talking around about the year 2000, I would think, 2001, something like that. We stayed in the Cheyenne for our first few visits and loved it down there. And I've even got video of Ethan riding one of the horses that they have out in the summer months and stuff. So it's kind of got special memories for us anyway. But we haven't stayed since the whole refurb, and I am quite intrigued by the whole Woody's Roundup type of vibe that's going on down there. It will be a toss-up between there and the Sequoia Lodge, because interestingly, and this is just one for anybody looking at Disney hotels to be aware of, there were some weeks where the Sequoia Lodge was working out cheaper than the Cheyenne. So although you would perceive the Cheyenne, the Santa Fe, to be your bottom rung of the ladder, so to speak, and then the Sequoia being your next one up, there was a few occasions when actually it was going to work out cheaper to go to the Sequoia than it was the Cheyenne. But I think for the dates that we're now looking at, the Cheyenne is going to work out the best option for us. So just go on there and just double check. And also looking at, I think we're probably going to go Eurostar, just because it works out easier for us. Because unfortunately, when it started to look at flights, the timings weren't brilliant. And for only going out there for 3 nights, it would have meant that the arrival time and departure times would have cut into our first and last days so much that it would have just chopped the holiday down by such a big chunk. It wouldn't have been worth doing. We'd have had to have paid out for more nights to make up for the time we lost on day one and the end day. So yeah, just bear that in mind if you're looking. That's what I've discovered by doing my little bit of research, is check your flight timings and see whether or not it's actually better getting the train. And hopefully if we can get direct trains, we can take advantage of the Disney Express as well, and therefore get straight into the parks when we get there on the day, so we haven't got to faff about with luggage and stuff like that as well. So there's lots of little pluses and going on for us at the moment with Eurostar. So hopefully Eurostar, hopefully beginning of August, and hopefully Cheyenne is what's in the books at the moment.
And I do highly recommend you speak with Liz, because I know this is going to sound a bit sneaky, but if you visit the European different Disney websites, whether it's the French or the German or the whatever, you can sometimes save yourself quite a lot of money by booking via these foreign websites, because they do better deals.
That's not nice, is it?
I know. So it's like, okay. And it depends on how many days you're going to be there, whether it's going to be worthwhile one of you getting an annual pass to make the best out of getting discounts for your food and your merchandise.
True, yeah. So I say the surface has been scratched. There's a little bit more digging needs to be done.
Well, it's all about making sure you get the absolute best out of your pounds.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, I was recording with Liz last weekend for a little bit of audio she did for us, and I'll pop that on in a moment, about the Inside Ears event over in Disneyland Paris with all the news and everything. And she did 2 different versions. She did a really in-depth one for our Patreon supporters, and then a quicker one for our regular listeners on our Disney podcast. And I got chatting to her off air, and I said, it's been so long, it's been 2 years since Jane and I had our trip to Disneyland Paris. And she said, well, I might know someone who might be planning a trip. And then it cascaded and snowballed, and I'm now going to Disneyland Paris.
Oh my goodness, when are you going?
25th of May.
Oh, same time that the year that we were out there last, yeah.
Yeah, May half-term holiday, I get a week off. The funny thing is, I literally fly on the Saturday, come back on the Tuesday, so I'll probably get Sunday and Monday full days in the park. On the Thursday, I'm going with cadets over to France, to Normandy, to do a tour of the battlefields. So literally all that holiday is going to be in France.
It'd be ping-ponging backwards and forwards between two coasts.
Well, it would have been ideal if the Battlefields tour would have fitted in Disneyland Paris, but it's a completely different remit of things. But it's quite funny that, I'll be in France. We're staying in the Sequoia Lodge, which is a first for me. I've never stayed there, so I'm really excited.
Nice. Yes.
Not going to book any dining or anything like that as far as I'm aware. We're just going to graze, which is probably the better option, because I think if the only place I would have gone to eat would have been Waltz. But I gather it's closed for refurb at the moment.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm flying. It just made more sense for me to fly rather than go Eurostar, etc. I get to Disneyland Paris about 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Yeah, really looking forward to that. I'll be able to see some of the shows, see the Marvel season, get some brilliant audio for you guys to share with all our listeners and family. So, yeah.
Yay. Nice.
So that's exciting. But anyway, I mentioned it. Let's listen to Liz, who's going to tell us a little bit about what's coming to DLP over the next sort of 18 months or so.
Where dreams begin.
And I have with me the lovely fairy godmother, the wonderful Liz Reed. Hello, my lovely.
Bonjour, I'm here.
Bonjour. Ça va bien?
Oui, ça va bien, merci.
You see, Liz has got a proper accent. My accent's not as good. I need to get back to DLP. So you've been travelling over to DLP, been at a little bit of a press event, and you're going to summarise some of the main key things. So Liz, let's just start first. There's been some news. Let's talk attractions. What's happening with regards to attractions real quick?
Main announcement is that Phantom Manor has had a complete refurb and a bit of a retheme, and we have an opening date or a reopening date of May the 3rd, so not long at all. We're very excited. It's been shut for over a year, so May the 3rd we get our manor back. We're very excited about that, and that was the main scoop exclusive piece of news of the press event.
Fab stuff we've all been waiting. Although I do gather Phantom Manor Mickey has been meeting there, and his outfit is pretty dapper.
It is stunning, and the detail when you see it up close, the pictures don't even do it justice. I'm a bit afraid we're going to lose Phantom Manor Mickey when the attraction reopens, but hopefully not, because there's a meet and greet spot now outside the manor. It's kind of like a gazebo, and Jack Skellington met there at Halloween, and Santa Jack met there at Christmas, and they've now got Phantom Mickey there, so hopefully that meet and greet spot will stay when the manor reopens. No reason why it shouldn't, really. But
and I gather there's a new change coming over to Catastrophe Canyon.
Well, the backstage studio tram tour at the Walt Disney Studios is being moved, and it's going to have a new location, moved kind of to the left a bit, I think, and it's going to be themed to the Cars movies. So we're not sure how that's going to work, because that's all they told us, but I think it's going to be a lot more attractive to children and young people, because everybody knows the Cars movies. Everybody loves the Cars movies. That also translates to the Santa Fe Hotel, which has a Cars movie theme, a continuation of that. So that's what's happening to our kind of Catastrophe Canyon attraction. The whole studios, as we know, is now going to be changed into Marvel Land, Frozen Land and Star Wars Land. So things are being moved and demolished to make way for what's coming.
Absolutely exciting stuff. And while we're talking about in-theme park entertainment, 2 new big shows coming.
Oh, amazing. So we're going to have a Lion King show, which is not going to be a copy of an Animal Kingdom show. It's going to be a brand new show with a brand new musical score and brand new costumes and brand new performers, and the stage is going to be different to any other show, and that opens on June the 30th and it goes on till the end of September in a brand new theatre in Frontierland. It used to be the Chaparral Theatre. That's been flattened to the ground and completely rebuilt. just for the purpose of this Lion King show. So that's coming in summer. There's also a Jungle Book Jive, which isn't a show in a theatre, but it'll be a kind of mini parade show going on in the parks and the lands with Minnie, Mickey, Donald and Daisy as safari explorers. They'll each be in their little vehicle. They get a vehicle each, and there's going to be some sort of jungle jive thing going on all summer too, themed around the Jungle Book movies. So very exciting.
It sounds absolutely amazing. I gather there's also new tech happening.
New tech. They are redoing the Disneyland Paris app to make a lot of things go onto the app that aren't at the moment. Like, we have got the option to have our annual passes put on the app soon, to have the disability green passes put on the app soon. You'll be able to check in your Disney hotel from the app, and it will give you a code to get you into your hotel room, so you don't even have to go to reception. You will be able to rock up at the car park and pay by card at a machine instead of having to wait at a turnstile for a person cast member to take your money. The app's basically just going to have a lot more on it. So we're going to do away with lots of our pieces of paper and plastic and have everything on the smartphones. It's going to be cool.
Great use of tech. Very different though from Walt Disney World, where they have the magic band. So
yes,
you never know what might happen and evolve with that tech.
Well, I believe Disneyland Paris isn't allowed to have the magic bands as such, because the magic bands track you wherever you go. And that's against the law in France. It's against the privacy laws. So at the moment we have a plastic card which you get when you check in your hotel, which has in it your park tickets are loaded on the card, your meal plans loaded on the card, your hotel easy pass is loaded on the card, which gets you into the hotel pool and things like that. But it doesn't track you. You know, they can't tell you where you are by your card. So I guess they've got to work around French law when in France and adapt the app and the tech to what's legal in French privacy laws, I suppose.
Super. Anything else that we've not yet covered?
New toiletries in the hotels. We're going to get themed out toiletries themed to each hotel, and we are yet to exactly see what they're like, but each hotel has a scent. So I believe the scent of the toiletries will match the hotel. And the Disney Village is getting a complete refurb where our shops, restaurants and bars are. Theme of the Disney Village will be the themes of the Disney hotels. So like the Hotel New York will be a Marvel hotel when it's redone, and we'll have a Marvel theme coming into Disney Village. And the Santa Fe Hotel has a Cars theme, and Pixar cars will be coming into the Disney Village somehow. The theming is going to go from your hotel to your Disney Village to your park. It's going to be awesome.
Sounding a lot more immersive and a lot more connected, which is great because they've now got the whole control of Disney 100% behind them to put in place lots of upgrades and things to make sure that Disneyland Paris is the number one place for tourists to go to for Disney themed attraction in Europe.
Definitely. And a few environmental changes as well. Like the toiletries are going to be made in France, the plastic is going to be recyclable, and we've just got a brand new range of reusable shopping bags, so you're not going to automatically get a carrier bag every time you buy something. There'll be these reusable shopping bags, or you can opt to use your own bags, and they're going to do away with the plastic straws and a few things like that, just to help the planet a bit.
Fab stuff. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show and feeding back to us. As I said earlier, if you want to hear the full exclusive chat with Liz, it's over on our patreon.com/Disney Dream Girls page. But until we see you again, Liz, people can also find you at Fairy Godmother on YouTube.
Yep, that's my YouTube channel, Fairy Godmother.
And you will be back with us very, very soon, no doubt.
I will. It's been fun chatting with you, Michelle. Have a good week.
Au revoir, ma petite chou-fleur.
Au revoir, ma chérie.
Where dreams begin.
So there's so much there, Jane, coming our way.
Nice to hear, actually, though, from Disneyland Paris' point of view, isn't it, that there is stuff happening.
Absolutely, and she didn't go into a lot of detail. She does a lot more detail for our Patreon, but she just wanted to make sure that everybody got access to the new things, and the biggest news is Phantom Manor opening up on the 3rd of May.
Yes, very exciting.
so much has happened to that attraction because it's been down for over a year, and I think it's going to be a little bit more spooky.
Yes, I'm very intrigued as to what they've done with it.
I know, but I'm going to avoid it. I'm going to avoid all the news about it until I go.
Yes, well, yeah, don't want spoilers, do we?
Well, I've done really well. I've not seen one single spoiler for Game of Thrones, and I still haven't watched the first one yet because I've been so busy. Well, I had my little mini break at the beginning of the week, which unfortunately got cut short, but we still managed to do the walk over to Malham. And if you've seen the pictures and video I put on the Facebook page, it's the actual causeway sort of thing that they showed in the Harry Potter films, where Hermione and Harry put the tent up for the night, and it just stunning place.
Yeah.
But boy, oh boy, it was 10 billion stairs to get to the top because it's such a steep climb.
Yeah.
But a nice little walk round. What else am I up to? My Fast Pass day is at the end of May, so really excited for that. Tom and I recorded a show called Planning Our Way to Walt Disney World that went on for our Patreon supporters about how we came up with the plan we've got. And it's sort of metamorphosised from just being Pop Century to being very luxuriously now having a night at the Wilderness Lodge.
Lucky old you.
I know. So excited about that. Thank you so much, David Maruka, for helping me out on that one. Very, very grateful, my lovely. So we get to have, I think it's our second night of the holiday where we get to splurge and have some, Wilderness Lodge time, because it was a very special place to us when we went there back in 2016 together. So it's gonna bring some nice memories. And if all plans go to plan, there will be some spectacular occurrences on that day.
Will there now?
I'm not telling you. I'm keeping it secret.
I'm not sure we want to know, to be fair.
Oh, no, not Rudy's. But yeah, being able to eat at the Geyser Grill, maybe go and check out the lounge, maybe go for a swim in the pool, take advantage of the boat over to the Magic Kingdom.
Yay.
So many amazing things that we can do. It's so exciting. And there's nothing like Disney trip planning to make your life complete.
This is very true.
So I think that on that point we will wrap up things and say thank you guys for supporting us, especially our Patreons who do support us financially. Thank you everybody for listening, for sharing the links to the show, for leaving us the iTunes reviews, for sharing your Disney on our podcast family page. We just love hearing all your holiday plans and questions and sharing your trips. It's really helping us until we can get back to our magical place.
Definitely.
So until next week's show, which I think will be a massive monster foodie treat for everybody, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.